The spotlight effect. You don't get as much attention as you think you do. Imagine walking into a crowded room, maybe a family gathering, a community event, or even just a cafe where strangers sit with their coffees. You feel their eyes on you, their silent judgments forming. Maybe your shirt has a small stain, or you tripped slightly on the way in. You're convinced everyone noticed. You replay the moment in your head, cringing at the imagined whispers. But here's the truth. Most of them didn't even look up. This is the spotlight effect *, the belief that we're constantly under observation, that our mistakes and flaws are magnified in the eyes of others. But the reality, people are far too preoccupied with their own lives to scrutinize ours the way we fear. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret was a retired schoolteacher, sharp-witted and warm, but lately, she'd become hesitant to leave her house. It started with small things, a joke that didn't land at her book club, a stumble on the sidewalk that left her flustered. She replayed these moments over and over, convinced everyone was laughing at her behind her back. They must think I'm losing it, she told herself, that I'm not as sharp as I used to be. One morning, she spilled coffee on her blouse before a doctor's appointment. The stain was small, but to her, it felt like a flashing neon sign. She rushed home to change, convinced the nurses had noticed and judged her carelessness. But when she returned, flustered and late, the receptionist barely glanced up from her computer. The doctor didn't mention it. No one did. That evening, Margaret's granddaughter, Lily, came over for dinner. Lily, ever observant, noticed her grandmother's unease. "You've been quiet today," she said. Margaret hesitated, then confessed her embarrassment over the coffee stain. Lily blinked. "I didn't even notice." Margaret laughed, a short, disbelieving sound. "Really? Really?" Lily said. "And even if I had, I wouldn't have cared. People spill things all the time." A pause. Then, gently, Lily added, "You know, most people aren't paying as much attention to us as we think. They're too busy worrying about their own spills." That simple truth settled over Margaret like a weightlifting. She thought back to all the times she'd agonized over imagined judgments, the misplaced word in conversation, the mismatched socks she was sure someone had spotted. How much energy had she wasted on these invisible spotlights? The next week, Margaret returned to her book club. She'd forgotten to finish the assigned novel, something that would have mortified her before. But this time, when it was her turn to speak, she simply said, "I didn't get to the end. Life got in the way." No gasps, no disappointed glances, just nods, a few understanding smiles, and the conversation moved on. Here's the thing. We are the center of our own stories. But we're rarely the center of someone else's. The world doesn't hold a magnifying glass to our missteps. Most people are too caught up in their own worries, their own insecurities, their own invisible spotlights. So the next time you hesitate, before speaking up, before stepping out, before wearing the bright shirt you love but fear might draw too much attention, remember Margaret. Remember the coffee stain no one saw. Remember the book you didn't finish, and how little it mattered in the end. The spotlight isn't on you nearly as much as you think. And that's freedom. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us. so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.